Today we're going to talk about relations. Truthfully, should be a lot of review. So I want to start with that graphic organizer. We don't start with this page very often, but on 277, we're going to label some things here. What is the middle of a coordinate plane called? What do we call this point? The origin. Nicely done. That is called the origin. Maybe. O-R-I-G-I-N. Origin. Okay. Which axis is this one? The y-axis. And the other one is called the x-axis. Bless you. Okay. On your own, write down the coordinates of that point. Don't say it out loud. I want you to fill in this ordered pair right here, reminding yourself x comma y. What is the location of that point? What is the location of that point? Bryce, what you got? He says -4, 3. Thoughts?
Agreed.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay? Now here's where some of us struggled last week. On your own, I want you to plot the point 3, -1. Put the point 3, -1 on your graph. Where is that point located on your graph? On your own. You're putting a point down. Reminding yourself, this is x and this is y. Many of you wanted to put a point on 3 and wanted to put a point on -1. But remember, this is only one point. So you have to go 3 on your x and then down to 1. You should have put a point right here. 3 on your x, -1 on your y. It is crucial that as 8th graders, you can plot points accurately. Okay? It is crucial you know where those are. So today we're going to deal with relations. Sometimes they're going to give us graphs, sometimes they're going to give us ordered pairs, sometimes they're going to give us tables. Flip the page. A relation is any set of ordered pairs. You can see them as a table, as a graph, or as ordered pairs. The main frame of today are these two words right here, domain and range. So put a star by this because this is the main frame of today. The domain is the set of all of your x coordinates. So if we look at our ordered pairs, they took out all the x's, and that's my domain. Our range is all of our y coordinates. So you pull apart the coordinates into two separate lists. All of the x's are your domain. All of the y's are your range. Today, that's all I'm going to ask you to do over and over and over again. Tell me the domain, tell me the range. Tell me the domain, tell me the range. The biggest thing, domain is x, range is y. Let's write this over here. Domain are your x coordinates. Range is your y. Domain is your x. Why are you not writing this down? Range is your y. And then another thing, never list a number twice. If it happens twice, we only list it one time. The whole idea of today, right there. Tone. Okay, so if we look at example 1, they listed a whole bunch of ordered pairs. You see 2, 6, -4, -8, -3, 6, and 0, -4. They want you to put it in a table and a graph and then state the domain and range. So they listed it, table and a graph, and they plotted the points. What they did then is they went to these ordered pairs. The X, which is the first number in all of the ordered pairs, are your domain. So down here, they list the domain. -4, -3, 0, and 2. The range are all your second numbers in your order or your ordered pair. They listed those as -8, -4, and 6. How come our domain has 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers and our range only has 1, 2, 3 numbers? Why? Well, that's because 0 is an X coordinate. Why are there 4 numbers and only 3 in the range? Sarah? If everybody looks up at the numbers that we just boxed in, right here has a 6 in the Y, and right here has a 6 in the Y. And Miss Hoff wrote over on the side, never list a number twice. Nicely done, Sarah. So that's why there's only 3. That's okay, there's only 3. It just means that a number was listed twice. Okay? Let's go to the top of page 279. I'm not going to make you do either one of these things. All I'm going to ask you to do is to write the domain and range. So the relation is -5, 2, 3, -1, 6, 2, and 1, 7. And they want us to list the domain and range. So our domain is all of our X coordinates. Now they make you do this funny squiggle. Just make a squiggle there. You have to type it into Alex as well. And we need to list all of our X coordinates. Tone, I'm starting with you. What's an X coordinate in that relation? -5. Bryce, what's another X coordinate? 3. Brody, what's another X coordinate? 6. Jack, what's the last X coordinate? Your X coordinate is always the first number in all your ordered pairs. 1. Are any of those the same number? Nope, so we need to list all of them. Now we go to range. Sam, give me the first range value you see, which are your Y values. 2. Liana, what's another one? -1. Sarah? 7. Why did she skip to 7? Because we already had a 2 listed. Nicely done. Same thing. We only have 3 range values, but that's okay. Don't overthink this. You are listing the X's and the Y's. The X's and the Y's. Flip the page. Guided practice. I don't need you to do any of this. Number 1, I want you to list for me the domain and the range. And then I'm going to check in. Domain are all your X coordinates. Range are all your Y coordinates. You don't have to graph them or anything else. The only rule is don't list a number twice. Bless you. You don't have to graph. You don't have to put in the table. Just list your domain and range. Domain are all your x's. Range are all your y's.
Like a negative and a positive.
If that's two separate numbers, so you list both of them. That's a great question. Liana asked a question. What if we have a number once and it's negative and once and if it's positive? List both of them because those are two separate numbers.
Yeah, it's negative, right?
Courtney, what's your first number in your domain? Love it. Caitlin, your next one. Excellent. Petro.
0.
0. And Zayden.
-2.
Nope. Domain. X coordinate.
Oh, domain.
-3. Don't forget to put your squiggle at the end again. Squiggle at the end. Miss Yongkong, range. What's my first one? 3. Excellent. Marilyn, your next one? 1. Excellent. Tegan, your next one?
-5. Wait,
The first one. The range of your first problem. We did 3, 1.
2.
It'd be -2, right? Why did you skip this 3? Because we already listed that 3 there. Okay? I saw Courtney do this, and this was probably a smart idea. She went right away and put a circle around all the x's, around all the first ones. It kind of helps you separate the x coordinate and the y coordinate so you don't get them confused, right? I saw some of you, as you wrote it down, you crossed it off. That's not a bad idea either. So today they're going to give you a list of ordered pairs like that, and you're going to have to tell me what my domain and my range are. We need to go back because there's a problem like example 2 on your homework. So flip to page 279. Cross off A. Okay. What if they gave us a table or a graph and they said list the domain and range? If we want to know the domain and range, that's our x coordinates and our y coordinates. But Ms. Hoff, they only gave us a graph. How am I supposed to know my x coordinates and my y coordinates, Tone?
Well, the y coordinates are on the left and x on the left.
True. Absolutely would be another way. He's absolutely right. He said, remember, your y coordinates are on the left and your x coordinates are on the bottom. Bryce? That is exactly what I would do. We could take each of those points and write them as ordered pairs, right? Then we could separate them up. Some of you may not need to do that. Tone maybe already has a strategy. My suggestion would be to write the ordered pairs. Okay, Bryce gave us the first one, 3, 9. Can you give me the coordinate of this one, Rejoice? What is my x, y of that one? This point here. So this one he told me was 3 on the x, 9 on the y. What about this one here?
4.
4 on the x and
12.
12 on the y. Very good. Raise of hands. Who can give me the next one? This was 4, 12. Marilyn? 5 and 15. And the last one, Liana? 6 and 18. Now that they're in ordered pairs, just like you normally, everybody take a minute. List for me all your domain numbers. List for me all your range numbers. Now that you have them written as ordered pairs, list your domain, list your range.
Uh-oh.
It's a nice thing to start with on a Monday after a break, though, isn't it? You wish it was harder?
Hard?
Do you wish it was harder than this? That's what I'm saying. It's a nice, easy thing to get your brain going. Oh, no, that sucks. I wish, right? All right, all together, what's my first domain?
3.
3.
5. 6.
Hold on. 3, then 4, 5, 6. Don't forget your squiggle. Alex will count it wrong if you don't put the squiggle at the end and the beginning. Okay? Range.
9, 12, 15.
Now, technically, is tone wrong, listing them in the opposite direction? No, Miss Huff would like you to list them least to greatest. Most importantly, I just want you to be able to separate domain and range. Okay? I will be honest with you, we're going to save paper today. I want you to use your book, space, someplace, wherever you have space, probably like at the bottom of this 280 right here. You probably are going to only have to show me work when you have to write down those ordered pairs, right? Otherwise, you're going to type it in, and I'm not going to make you turn it in. If you want to use your own notebook paper, that's fine. Otherwise, use your math book, okay? 4-3 online. Or there's paper in the back of your book, absolutely, if you want to use that. If you get done, everybody eyes here for a minute. If you get done, I do not want to have to redirect you. Check your grades, check lesson plans, go fill in any missing work that you may have, or work in your Alex pie chart. You're not wandering the room, you're not sitting and visiting.